should stores ban AI music, or basically any song made with an AI music generator? Really tough to say, to be honest. This is going to be a bit of a fireside chat style video. I've made a lot of videos about AI music regarding the technical parts of how to do it, new features, legal stuff, philosophical stuff. I just did a video yesterday about, now there's fingerprinting when it comes to AI music, that let's say if I release a song or make a song using Suno, that there's some fingerprint it puts on it that it can detect later down the line, hey, this is me by Suno, for example. And with all this coming into play, with all these videos I've done, I have gotten a lot of comments of people saying, hey, Mark, I'm not going to lie, AI music should not exist on Spotify, not exist on Apple Music. No way, absolutely not, should only be humans. And I gotta be honest, this may be an unpopular opinion among musicians, but for me, I feel like AI music does have its place on Spotify and Apple Music. Because if you look at it, for most people on Spotify, using Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all these different streaming services and everything, most of them are listeners. They're not producers, they're not musicians themselves, they're listening for fun. And I have gotten a lot of comments on the channel of people saying on the other end, who just listen to music, saying, hey, Mark, if it's a banger, it's a banger. I don't care if it's made by AI or not. If it's good, I'm going to listen to it. But it does bring up this interesting question with AI music being better than ever. I think we've passed the point of like the musical Turing test, for example. I think at this point now, it's near impossible, if not impossible, just by listening, if you could tell if it's AI or human. We're at that point now. We are genuinely at that point. Yes, you have fingerprinting now. They can detect it using algorithms and programs. But as a human listener, we can't really tell now if it's AI or human. So I get that from a listener's perspective. And they're like, hey, if it's good, it's good. And with it being so easy to make AI music and release it, put it on DistroKid and more, it does bring up a lot of, I think, more philosophical implications. Because as you can imagine, you can easily pump out 10, 20, 30 songs in an hour on Suno, upload them to DistroKid. You can release 2, 3, 4, 5 albums a day on DistroKid with AI music as opposed to human music, right? And if anything, I think now I'd almost predict there might be more AI songs being uploaded every day on DistroKid compared to human music, which is a bit tricky because as a musician, you want, of course, have people listen to your music. You, of course, want to be heard, to be recommended in these algorithmic playlists and stuff like that. And if you think about it, if there's, 100 random songs uploaded, let's say, at a given moment, if 10 of them are human and 90 of them are AI, just to roll the dice, unless you're going for an artist directly, for me, I have my main project, which is Facero, my human made music, let me call it that, and the Infinite Lamp Shop. The Infinite Lamp Shop is all AI music. And if you think about it, take a Facero song, if I release a Facero record, there's a fair to good chance that Spotify will recommend an AI song over my human song. Not because they're trying to put me down or put humans down, but because, like I said, roll the dice. If you have 100 songs uploaded at a given moment, 10 are human, 90 AI, statistically speaking, there's a 90% chance it will be AI. Now, on this point, I think it's kind of tough because I do think, though, that being said, one, should there be streaming services that only play AI music? Not a bad idea. Like imagine if Spotify had Spotify and then Spotify AI, where when you go to this other app or other section of Spotify, it's only AI music. That's not a bad idea. Another thing is flagging the song. So Deezer has done this where they have their own software, but like I mentioned in the fingerprinting video, who knows if let's say Suno in the future will work together with Spotify, with Apple Music in some way. And what Deezer's doing is they have their own detection software. They can determine if a song is made by AI or not. And here's what they do. One, they flag it. Not in a bad way. They just say, hey, this is made by AI. Some kind of note, some kind of like symbol, something to let the listener know this is made by AI. Two, they allow that song to stay on Deezer. So you can still listen to it. And if I release an AI song, like I said, I've released songs under the Infinite Lamp Shop, I still make money from that. So it's not like they're saying, hey, if we find out this is made by AI, you don't get any money from it. No, you still get paid from it. And three, and this is one that I really like, talking before about the algorithmic playlists, is if they determine and find out it's made by AI, they don't recommend it. They say, hey, we only want to recommend human-made music, not AI-generated music. You could still put it on Deezer, you can still make money from it, but we're not going to recommend it in these algorithmic playlists and whatnot. That to me is I think a great solution, to be honest. I think that's a great solution. And so Do I think stores should fully ban AI music? No. I know that may be unpopular. Some musicians think AI music should not be banned at all. Other ones are okay with it. I feel like AI music should be allowed in stores and streaming services and everything. But there has to be, I think, something put into place like what Deezer's doing. I think the perspective and approach Deezer has taken with AI music is great. And I hope that Spotify and other services do follow suit. Because I will say there is something to be said where right now, with how easy it is to release stuff on DistroKid, with how cheap it is, it's like $23 a year. Suno's $10 a month. That's like one drink at the bar here in LA. If anything, actually cheaper than one drink at the bar here in LA. You're talking about being able to make thousands of songs, hundreds of songs, all these different songs, so quick, so easy. And it's almost now like the wild, wild west when it comes to releasing music, that super cheap, super easy, super fast, that you could just take something, make it, throw it online. And here's the hard part. Any single time somebody listens, and it sounds kind of weird to say it like this, but any single time somebody listens to a song made by AI music or a song made by an AI music generator, that's literally taking away from a listen, a stream, a view, or whatever from a human artist, right? Like, unless you're listening to two songs at once for some reason, any single time someone listens to an AI song, they are not only just listening to it, but it's taking away a view. It's taking away a stream from human artists. Even take TikTok, for example. My AI artist, like I said, the Infinite Lamb Chop, one of the songs was used by ESPN, was used by a bunch of pretty big accounts on TikTok. And what's interesting is if you think about it, ESPN, for example, used one of my songs. Again, AI generated. It's an AI generated song. And if you think about it, them using the Infinite Lamb Chop song, they chose my song, an AI song, over other human artists. And you have to ask yourself, who should get that view? Who should get that stream? Or to be more specific for musicians out there, who should get the money, right? Because obviously, if I put music on Spotify, I want to make money from it. Of course, yes, I'm big into creativity and of course, making good songs and everything, but hey, you still want to get paid. And I think the issue is, if you talk about the monetary amount or the financial aspect, any single time an AI song is uploaded, that's a potential for someone to listen to this or an AI song over a human artist. Which means I wouldn't be surprised if in the future, unless you're someone like Drake or something like that, I would be surprised in the future that kind of independent artists start to make less and less money because there's so many songs being uploaded with AI and how easy it is. That, like I said, a roll of the dice, statistically speaking, I would bet now, at the time of this video, that more AI music is now being uploaded than human music. So just a roll of the dice. Again, like I said, if I have 100 songs, like say 5 are human, 95 are AI, just roll the dice. I'm more likely than not going to have an AI artist be listened to or streamed or played or whatever than a human artist. And you could argue, well, technically someone still made that song in Suno or Udio. Someone still did some stuff to it. Some people are saying, hey, I write the lyrics myself and then I feed them into Suno. Okay, there's some more creative approach to that, right? So there's so much to this. There's so much to this, and I think that's what makes it so difficult of what is the right or wrong answer. But one last point I want to mention, talking about the fingerprinting, like I just did a video about yesterday, is how can we tell though? Like pretend somehow someone makes a crack or a program that removes that fingerprint from Suno, that you can make a song through Suno and remove the fingerprint, and you upload it to Spotify. How do we even know though if it's AI or not? If that fingerprint doesn't exist on it, if there's a way to remove it, and I guarantee there's someone who's gonna probably figure that out, how do we know? There's been some songs I've listened to that sounded more like AI that were actually made by a human. There are some songs that I thought was made by a human, but it turns out it was made by AI. Like I said, we have passed the AI musical Turing test. And so on this point, part of me feels like it's not even a question of should stores ban AI music, it's can they? In a perfect world, yes, maybe they would ban them, maybe they would flag them, whatever. And like I said, I do like what Deezer's taking as the approach, but as technology gets better and better, you're seeing this a lot with ChatGPT, that students are writing essays with ChatGPT. And then teachers are now using programs to figure out if it's written by ChatGPT. And then people are now making other programs or other strategies to make something by ChatGPT, like an essay, but do it in a way that doesn't get detected by this AI detection system. And then the AI detection system probably has to update their own thing. So it becomes this kind of cat and mouse game. This happens a lot in programming where someone will make a program, someone finds a way to hack it or crack it or release it for free. Then they kind of make that patch to fix this. Then a hacker makes another kind of tweak to, and then it's this back and forth thing. Could the same thing happen with AI music? Really tough to say. So although in a perfect world, maybe stores would ban it or not, in a perfect world, maybe they would flag it and say, hey, just letting you know this is AI music or not. How do we even know? I think we're at this point now where it's kind of like it's almost inevitable. It is inevitable, and it's kind of happening that whether we like it or not, AI music's here to stay. And I don't think, should stores ban it or not? To me, is maybe not even the right question. Maybe it's can they? And I don't think they can. So how do they approach it in the smartest way to know, okay, we want to satisfy human artists, but we also can't really do anything about these AI artists. They're here to stay. AI music's here to stay. It's only going to get bigger, and it has only been getting bigger and better. What is going to happen? I honestly have no idea.